I'm Silvio Navarro, Managing Director of Navarro & Associates, Singapore. We are a firm that develops and delivers sales and sales leadership programs throughout Asia, Europe, and North America. I've been a reseller since November of 2022. I lead a practice focused on helping companies like Dell, Cisco, HPE, Palo Alto, TikTok, Google, and the like by delivering bespoke enablement programs. I first learned about Noodle Factory in November of 2022 when I shared with them a big challenge I was finding difficult to solve, mainly that our workshops were getting increasingly challenging and required students to develop a deep understanding of buying personas they were selling to. This required sales to spend an awful lot of time reading through all kinds of company-provided briefs, playbooks, offer descriptions, and all the materials in English only. So the reality was that our students wouldn't do it. This not only diminished the effectiveness of the workshops, but it hindered skills development. That's when Noodle Factory suggested I take a look at Walter. The Noodle Factory AI and large language model platform, clearly it became evident within minutes that Walter was the way forward to solving these challenges. As I mentioned, the challenge was to dramatically improve the time to content for our students when exploring careabouts, KPIs, operational challenges of the stakeholders they were preparing to meet. So step one was to curate the buying persona data set from the volumes of courseware we owned and the many supporting collaterals each unique client wanted to include. It took us about 10 hours of Noodle Factory training to prepare us to teach Walter on our own data set. I then had my team ingest our content and client-specific content to pilot our new Walter, the Buying Persona Coach. Our first pilot was delivered 90 days after starting this process. It only took us 90 days to build a comprehensive platform trained in over 15,000 documents for use in our courses. Today, my team's become very proficient at this process. We can onboard a new persona coach in about 2 hours and have it ready for workshop delivery. By the way, it also is tailored to include client content and it supports 180 languages. The Noodle Factory platform has enabled us to create curated data sets for over 45 buying personas in 20 vertical markets that the students use during the workshop and after the workshop to prepare for their meetings with target buying personas. In the past, when we did not have Persona Coach, students would spend hours trying to comb through volumes of documents to find the content needed to prepare for their call. So the main impact has been that in the past we could teach the skill, but had to hope they applied that skill after the workshop. With Walter, we're able to share a skill and then apply that skill in the workshop. Students have the required content delivered to them by simply asking Persona Coach using the large language model for the insights they need to be prepared. Now, keep in mind, our firm works in Asia and Europe. So while students speak English, they sell in their native language. With Walter the Persona Coach, these students can interact with English source data in their native language and receive responses in their native language. From an instructional design perspective, we've shifted from knowledge transfer designs to what we call know, show, do, review designs. Now we can help our students know or learn a new skill. We can show them how to apply that new skill and then have the students do it in the workshop and then spend time reviewing it in the workshop. This has all been made possible by the Persona Coach. It has completely changed the way we develop our offerings and how our offerings resonate with our clients. First and foremost, multinationals require supervised, curated, and walled off from public source data sets. They don't trust the publicly available responses that ChatGPT or Bard or Gemini might return. They are also quite demanding when it comes to security and architecture. We have been really fortunate to have chosen Noodle Factory, as we've been approved for use in all of our largest MNC clients. Clearly, the speed and ease of setting up bespoke content has really impressed our client base. But all of these benefits, the one key benefit my client base values most is inline language support. We ingest volumes of English documents, and with Walter, students can interact in their native language. This really has been a game changer. Let me share an example of one client who participated in a Walter-enabled program. The program had been tailored to support sales and pre-sale teams when interacting with C-suite executives. The client reported that the program received extremely high student feedback, an NPS score of 98%. But here's where the impact could be seen. This client reported that students who participated really valued having Walter the Persona Coach available after the workshop. Upon checking on the Noodle Factory usage reports, we were able to validate that after the workshop, students were using Persona Coach to prepare for executive presentations. Walter received over 12,000 questions across 2,000 chats and was able to answer 99% of these questions with a student satisfaction score of 94%. As a result of this, the client reported that they felt learning didn't stop after the workshop delivery, and as such, they funded additional programs. Well, we've gone from an average of 40 programs delivered per year to an average of 90 programs per year. It's been largely due to the fact that in the past, our clients would ask for a program to be delivered to a very narrow group of roles and on a limited basis. Since we've enabled our workshop programs with Walter, my clients have expanded both the audiences and the number of repeat programs they're willing to fund. This really has been because of the ease of taking a program and tailoring it to a wide range of roles. Look, here's an example. One of our clients in January of 2023 piloted our program with a group of sellers in the enterprise space. After the pilot and our students' use of Walter, they expanded the program to include every geography. Then after we delivered one program in every geography, they now have provisioned the program as a mandatory program for every customer-facing sales employee in the company. So that includes sales, pre-sales, product specialists, customer success team members. What started as a program of a single delivery became a multi-year compulsory program for every sales role in the company. This year, we'll deliver 48 programs to this one client. I've thought about this a lot, so I have a list of 6 key advantages. Number 1, our ability to deliver supervised, curated, private content that's walled off from the public internet. Number 2, security and compliance and the architecture of the Noodle Factory platform. Number 3, the ease and speed of setup and administration of the platform. Number 4, the maturity of the end user client. And number 5, this is a big one, inline language support, a complete game changer for us in a multinational environment. And 6, cost. Noodle Factory delivers 3 to 4 times more functionality than ChatGPT at a quarter of the cost. For my practice, having Noodle Factory has helped me develop innovative new product offerings to my clients at breakneck speed. It's made it possible to increase my margins by bundling the Persona Coach into my offered programs. The way I've chosen to deploy my new program is to deliver this and Walter on a subscription basis. So now I have a recurring revenue model, which adds stability to my practice. Also critical is that I've been able to increase the relevance of our programs to new buying centers in our client base. Finally, Noodle Factory provides a very low barrier of entry and ongoing running costs. Sit down with your clients and identify a problem that really needs to be solved. It's all about use case, not the AI. Then, get started. Noodle Factory offers sandbox environments to do rapid prototyping and proof of concepts. I think you'll be amazed by how quickly you can innovate using the right platform. I've focused on selling to smaller use cases initially to avoid the politically charged challenge of bringing an AI into the organization. So for me, it's been, if you build it and it works, they will come. Exploit the low barrier of entry and the prototyping available in Noodle Factory. And finally, sell the problem you solve, not the product. Use case, use case, use case. Well, it's back to no show, do review. The experience our students have in the workshop drives adoption. Adoption after the workshop drives engagement. And it's engagement that drives the client outcomes that are being sought after. So clearly, having Walter and the Noodle Factory platform completely changes the experience for our students. Well, we're very intrigued by something called auto evaluations. We collect volumes of student activities, student submissions during our programs. And being able to apply Walter and the AI platform to evaluate those against a rubric is the next big step for us. So we're looking forward to being able to automate that process and close the feedback loop with our students by providing them with insights on how they can continuously improve. Get started. Use the sandbox features. Find a problem. Prototype it. If you build it and it works, they will come.